great. All right, how's everybody feeling? Oh, I love that. Amazing in the clap. So I am Stephanie R. Bridges, and you are here hanging out with the Bridges Book Club. So it is a virtual book club. You can find us on Facebook. So if you frequent Facebook, just go to Bridges Book Club. If you don't, you can also check us out. The website is bridgesbookclub.com. And so we have some content up there now, but we're always adding, and this will be added there. So, you know, you can see us and be like, let me watch that again. Did she really say that? So today we actually had a book fair, and it was amazing. And thank you so much. Hey. So some of the authors are actually here this evening. So will my authors stand up or wave your hand? Or, yeah. Yes. So we had a long day, and then we kind of had to push through and make it this evening. So more of us will be trickling in, I'm sure. But before I actually introduce our featured author and very special guest, who's family, so if you think I'm mistreated, because we family. But I do want to say a couple of thank yous. So I especially want to thank Gerald R. Jones with Blessed Indeed Communication. So if you were one of the people who got a free ticket from me, or you want a free book, then that was because of the seed that Gerald R. Jones sowed, Blessed Communications, and it's blessedcommunications.org. So you can definitely check him out. He's a comedian. He does laughter therapy, so he's a truly amazing young man. I also want to thank Savor the Taste. Are the caterers gone? Yes, they definitely came through. So yes, they have business cards. So on your way out, please get their information if you have an event coming up, or a little special dinner or something. You know what I'm saying? Want it to be, oh look, they got special dinners. They're the only ones that giggle like that. Then definitely reach out to Savor the Taste. And then I also want to thank Desmond. So he's our cinematographer, videographer, photographer. He's also part of the Bridges Book Club and a writer, an amazing writer as well. But he's here. Yes. He likes that, y'all. But yes, we are here today to celebrate Colette Harrell. She is an amazing writer, and the book that we featured in the Bridges Book Club is The Devil Made Me Do It. So not only did I have the pleasure of reading the book, but tonight I will also have the pleasure of interviewing her about the book and other things as well. And so this is the first one of a trilogy. The second book, which she also has available, and they're available to purchase tonight, you can get them signed, is Tell the Truth, The Devil Won't. And she's also working on another book as well. So she is a prolific writer. She is passionate about her work. Her stories are amazing, and you will really enjoy them. And she's an amazing speaker. So she gets flew out to go out. You know what I'm saying? You want to get flew out? She gets flew out to travel the country and speak. So you are in for something amazing tonight. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Colette R. Harrell.
Come on! And I do that because my mother taught me a very long time ago. And I tell this everywhere I go because by the time it really hit me in my spirit and I got it, I got it. And what she said was, it is a poor lily that won't croak over its own lily pad. Poor frog, excuse me.
Right.
So ribbit. And you know, it reminds me, because when you go through something, that's when you really know how much encouragement is important. And it's really important because David said in my word that he learned to encourage himself. Now this is what I got about that. I had to stop at the word learned. Because that meant to me, he had gone through some things. He has been in the cave. Come on, y'all. Murmuring, complaining. He had 50 people in there with him and couldn't get no help. Y'all ever been in a room with 50 people and can't get no help? See, that ain't y'all. Y'all help me. And I love it because y'all talking back to me. It helps a person to be encouraged.
Yes, right.
And so he said, I learned to encourage myself. So don't somebody put up on Facebook, Pastor Gray, he put on there that if it's true, it ain't bragging.
Well,
And we have gotten so far into the muck and mire that we don't even want to say what we do anymore. We don't want to promote ourselves for fear somebody think we more than we are.
You better tell them.
Guess what? We are.
Amen.
Well, hello. You know you somebody. You special. Remember the girl and she talked and everybody took their help and they went to telling each other that, because guess what? Certain groups of people been telling each other all their lives they somebody.
That's right.
But you know, we raised in a situation in a life, and I'm coming to my book, but let me just say these few things to y'all. Help me somebody, because I done got up here and it got good to me, y'all. Y'all need to get help. Everybody can't have a platform. All right, some folks you gotta sit them in the back and let them be quiet. You know, that's me. Because if you give me a platform, I'm gonna perform. All right?
Amen.
So listen. So here we are, and we have been hurt. We have heard all our lives. You know, we're in an age where we have to tell our children, especially our young male children, before they get in the car, how to get home.
Yes.
All right now.
It's beyond GPS.
That's right.
Okay? You need God's protective service when they out here driving.
Yes.
Okay? And so we need to learn to how to encourage from the crib.
Yes.
Yes, honey, you magnificent. Yes, you're going to be somebody. Because low self-esteem will cause you to lose a dream.
Right.
Right.
Woo, I just coined that. Write it down. I'm going to put it on a t-shirt. I'm going to send it home.
And I'm gonna buy it.
You gonna buy it? Okay, and then here comes some station identification. I do t-shirts. Get up there, Rita. Because she had the nerve to walk in here with her t-shirt. Come on up here. Come on up here. Come on up here. And for those of you who are watching this virtually, ColetteHarrell.com, you may purchase this. Thank you very much for your support. But I love it because there's a bite in it and it's a woman's face. Turn around so they can all see your beauty.
That's right. That's right.
But it says forgiving. Thank you, baby. One of the themes of my book is forgiveness. And it's so important. I went and I saw, how you doing, baby? You late, but you here.
Amen.
I'm glad to see you. You can't get everybody a platform. You missed it. You missed it. You don't know, you might miss something you need to know. I'm just messing with you. But I went to see the author of The Shack. And he stepped out, name was Paul Young. He impressed me. Now, I ain't here to talk about him because he ain't got no books here. But look at him. He stepped out there and he said something that really helped me change my perception.
All right now.
Now, when you shift your perception, you shift your entire creative life.
All right.
Because once I think a thing different, I can do a thing different. He said that while we are playing checkers, God playing three-dimensional chess.
All right now.
Now y'all may not have hit y'all there. It may hit you when you get home. It hit me at 4 a.m. And I woke up crying in tears because that meant something to me. It means that no matter what you're doing, no matter where you're going, God is always 20 steps ahead.
Yes.
And even when you're in the muck and the mire and you're feeling like you're in the middle of a mistake, you're going to step into God's glory. Come on, y'all. How many people here have a dream?
Yes.
Stand up if you got a dream. Stand up. I ain't paying y'all. Y'all bought a ticket. But stand up. I'm working you, but it's all right. You got a dream.
Yes.
Now, if the dream is bigger than you, stay standing. If you got a plan for your dream, sit down. I saw one or two people sit down. Let me say this. When your dream is bigger than you, it is a God dream. It is a dream He gave you because you cannot do it without Him. If you have a dream and you already have a plan, it ain't a dream. It's a plan. It's a strategy. But if you got a dream, you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't know who's going to help you get there. You don't know when it's going to happen. I'm telling you, it's a dream God gave you. Do not let it go. Because dreams don't have an expiration date. Come on.
Yeah.
You ain't too old. You ain't too uneducated. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
You're not too poor. Come on.
That's good.
You're not too alone. God, I can't never get nobody to help me. That is some of y'all. Help me, Jesus. He'll send someone.
Yes. Yes.
Amen. Because He did it for me. Y'all see. In the atmosphere, sharpening mine. Now He told me to quit moving off the camera, but you just got to roll. Can I stand all this in one place? You got to let me do me. So listen, I tell y'all my age, y'all gonna fall out. Because I know God been good to these wrinkles. I'm going to just say this. When I hit 60, I kept going. Glory. Now, thank you. Come on, my amen corner. That's one of my closest friends. I keep on my checkbook. Girl, I need you to come sit in the front row and talk to me, she be like, all right, now I'm going to need my money in the bank by Monday. Got your quarter. I got you. But listen, so here I am in my 50s. I'm going to write a book. That's why I know a dream doesn't have an expiration date. Help me, y'all. And I'm in my room and I'm writing. And if you read the book, honey, demons start coming into the book. Angels start talking to me. I said, what matter is this? Come on, God. Sometimes I have to step out the book and look back in at the computer. What? But I kept writing. But when you're writing, you're in a room alone and you don't know if the dream that you're writing is ever going to see all of y'all in the room. It's a dream. And it's bigger than me. And I was praying about it after I wrote the book. And I said, now you done wrote it, now what you gonna do? Because it ain't in the writing, it's in the getting it out. And I'm sitting there. And he said, well, pull together some people. So I started reaching out to folk. And when I started reaching out to folk, some folk had the nerve to tell me no. I said, you don't want to help, but you know I'm busy. But if you want something done, give it to somebody busy. Because folk who ain't doing nothing ain't never doing anything. Right.
Put that on the shirt.
You probably got too much time. You know what I mean? You talk to people that's making stuff happen, their calendar is full. You got to get on their calendar 2 months in advance, like some of y'all I had to. So I started thinking, and I started pulling together some people. And when I call your name, I want you to stand up. So I started pulling together Carolyn. I done talked about it, so she might well get on up. And then you know what? It's something when your friend's husband loves you. Get on up, Gray. Don't tell him you don't love him. You know you do. And then he gave me my spiritual daughter. Get on up, Jack. She was in California trying to work, doing my social media, trying to Twitter, the tweet, and all that. I was like, what's a tweet? Hashtag who? I didn't know any of that. I don't want to jump too far away, but I want Rita to stand. Because God said, now this is Carolyn's sister. I'm all in her family. Rubbing all up on them. Come on now. And then there's Pam. Stand up, Pam. We started at church, ended up, and then went to the job. And now we just, that's us. That's us. That's us. Okay, so I had to count. Because some of them out of town this weekend. Got one in San Francisco, one is in Michigan. So I do want to say this to you guys, and I want you guys to look at these people because you have a dream. You cannot accomplish your dream without people. You just can't. So if you think you can do it alone and you don't need nobody, that is a trick of the devil. You need people, but you need to ask the right people. All of these people were confident enough to bless me in my dream and not be insecure about where their dream is going.
Right.
Because some folks say, well, yeah, I help you, but can you be at my house Tuesday and do da-da-da-da? They didn't ask me for anything.
Right.
They just blessed me tremendously. And I want everyone to know, and I want to have everyone see them. Because family is one thing. I'm going to have my family stand. My husband in the back, sugar sharp with blue and white shoes. Y'all see him? He always. I have to step my game up. And then my daughter. Stand up, Melrose, Melissa, Harrell. Yes, she's a blessing. She is here from Miami, Florida. She will get back on the plane tomorrow. But if mom got a need, she gets on the plane.
Amen. Amen.
And she's here. And then next to her is my handsome son. Stand up. That's my son, Langston. And those are his two gorgeous boys. If you hear any noise, it's just him and the boys. Okay, you see him tipping out, and one in each arm, hollering. Act like you don't see it. Don't call children's services. You're on your way home. Amen. Thank you. Thank you. But I wanted each one of you to go to the table. There's a note for you from me, from my heart, along with a small token. So if you would please go to the table and get your gift from me. Because the other part of having people is treating them right. It's treating them right. They have been to book signings and book signings. And here they are. Amen. That's a blessing.
Amen.
That's a blessing. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. Thank you. She got the gift of administration. I appreciate y'all so much. Now it's getting a little hot up here. Got these lights on me. Am I sweating yet? I do a character called Mother Sweat. And so let me just punch that out. I have a character called Mother Sweat. Mother Sweat has a podcast or a series. I really don't know what you call it, but the name of it is Collars and Cornbread, the Seasonings of Life. And so, and I'm all made up in a wig, and I look like I'm 60. I look like I'm 90. Yeah, how old I am. You know, I'm pushing older. And so I have really a lot of fun on the podcast. And if you go to ColetteHarrell.com on my website, you will be able to get it, and it'll be coming out every week. Okay? We're looking for it to come out every Monday. And so it's a lot of fun. It's comical, but at the same time, some down-home wisdom. So don't sleep on it. You know, make sure that you get it, because as authors, I find people that write have the ability to do other things too. And so I want to go to the grave empty.
All right. That's good.
And Miles Monroe said that, I didn't, but it was so important to me that I kept it, and I read it years ago. It's been at least 10, 11 years since I read it. But what it meant to me is that everything, every gift he gave me, every bit of creativity he gave me, that I need to give it to the world.
Amen.
That somebody is waiting on the other side of my obedience.
That's right.
Amen.
I am a solution. You are a solution to someone else's problem.
Right now.
I'll say it over here because I feel it coming from, well, you are an answer to a prayer.
Right.
Somebody prayed.
Amen.
And you gotta understand that when your fear holds you back, they can't get what they need.
Right. Amen.
So don't let fear hold you back. Don't let someone else's insecurity of telling you your dream don't make sense hold you back. I know I'm going to be talking about my book. And I will. But I really and truly feel in my prayer time, he said, tell them about their dreams. And there's some people out here, y'all ain't moved on them. And you haven't moved on them because of other people around you telling you they're either impossible or improbable.
Well,
Neither is true.
Dream killers.
All you got to do is take a faith walk. I used to didn't understand the scripture that said, if I bind it on earth, he'll bind it in heaven.
yes, yes.
He said, if I loose it
There it
on
is.
earth, he'll loose it in heaven. And you know, me and God have kind of a different kind of relationship. So I said to him, I said, now that don't make sense to me. Because you got all the power. Why I got to loose it? Go on and loose it. And it'll be loose. Right? Why you telling me to loose it first? Then you gonna loose it. Ain't you? You got all this power. All this glory. Go on, loose that thing. Honey, he turned around. He said, because I first need to move on your faith.
Amen.
There it
And
is.
I can't loose it till I know you have the ability for what I loose for it to go somewhere.
Amen.
Because if I loose it and you too afraid to move on it, I done missed my loose. Somebody loose it over here and somebody gonna do something with it. But if you loose it, I'll come on through for you.
Amen. Right.
I said, well, all right. We gonna loose it. We gonna loose it. And we gonna make it work. We gonna bring it in. And so I went in the room and I started writing. And then it's strange stuff started happening, and it started writing itself.
There it is.
And I know some people outline. And some people know everything they gonna say. I ain't know nothing, but I did. I sat in the room and ain't nobody working from the county here. I was at the county going. I had to leave the county because you know you can't be prophet lying. So I had to leave because you know it wasn't no work, and I was just sitting there getting paid, and I was bored. But I did write a book. Not the whole book. No, I don't owe y'all no money. Not the whole book. But it got me started. Come on, y'all. Y'all about to get me locked up. I'm looking at my time sheets right now. Come on, work with me. But I got to writing. And then the naysayers start coming. You have told them how you writing the book. They be like, Because how many people told them they writing a book? So every once in a while, they poke the bear. Girl, you still writing? I'm like, yeah. But guess what? I finished the book. And then God blessed me. And I was on the internet. And I don't know if anybody knows who Victoria Christopher Murray is. But I thank God for her every day. She has about 35 books out. And she is considered the godmother of Christian fiction. And I met her years before on the internet. And let me tell you how good God is and what obedience means. Because he told me to pray for her and reach out to her. All right, I want to hear from me. But I sent her a word. And she sent back and she said, well, woman of God, I don't even know who you are, but you are all in my stuff.
Wow.
And we became friends on the internet ever since.
Wow.
So she was having a class on editing. I said, oh, she help people edit? You know, you think of these people, they're so far up that you can't reach out to them. So I got there and I reached out. And she came back. She said, Colette. Blew my mind in the class. It had been maybe 5 years since I had spoke to her. But she remembered me. I'm playing checkers. God playing three-dimensional checkers. Work with it. See, it's going to hit y'all when y'all get home. So she said, I'll edit your book.
Wow.
And because you prayed for me when no one else was praying for me, I'm going to do it for half price. Whoa! So I began to work with her. It took a year of edits. Y'all think this is not hard work? This is hard work. This is discipline. Nobody behind you saying, where you at? Come on, baby. Me and her worked together for a whole year. And then the book finished. She said, Colette, this is really good, but you need an agent. Because back then, the only way to get to a major publisher was an agent. But it's very difficult to get an agent. Agents get thousands of requests. She said it could take you a year to get an agent. But I know somebody. And I'm going to do you one solid. I'm going to send her an email. And I'm going to introduce you to her. And I'm going to email you on that same one. And then you're on your own.
Okay.
That's a foot in the door.
Yes.
Come on. And I'm looking up at God, and I wish I knew then, okay, God, what kind of three-dimensional chess you playing? But I went ahead, and she said, send me your first 5 chapters of the book. So I sent the first 5 chapters of the book to her, and I waited patiently. About a month passed. Now I told her it could take a year. About a month passed, my phone rang. And she's in Atlanta. She came up on my phone. Her literary company. So I went to the phone. Here, shut up. She said, hold up. I haven't even said anything to you. I said, you calling my number. You ain't calling my number to tell me you don't want it. I got enough sense. So she said, I love the book. I'm going to take you on as a customer, as a client.
Wow.
I'm going to send you a contract, 1 month, y'all. I'm going to send you a contract. I said, okay. She said, but listen, honey, because you're really excited. It could take up to 2 years for me to get you through the door of a publisher. But we're going to work on it. I want you to hang in there. I said, okay, here we go again. Y'all keep trying to slow my dream down. But you know what? Okay. I'll wait 2 years. She sent me the contract. I sent it to the lawyer because I got a dream, but I ain't done.
Right.
So I sent it to the lawyer, and he reviewed it. I signed it, sent it back. So, time passed. 1 month. Dream. I answered the phone. She said, Colette, I have a publisher that wants your book.
Wow.
She said, and not only do they want your book, But they like it so much, they want you to cut it in half, and they want to give you a contract for 2 books. Woo! You can clap hands. You got it. Now, let me backtrack a little bit, because what I didn't tell y'all is I called Victoria. I said, I just want to thank you, because Portia's going to be my agent, and it's all because of you. She said, oh no, honey, because she told me she won't take you as no agent. I just put you through to her because I made a promise. But she told me she already had too many people, and she wasn't taking on any new clients. You mean she signs you with a contract? I said, yes! Look at God. Even a no can become a yes.
That's right.
So I went ahead and I did the 2 books. And now I'm doing 2 additional books. They should be finished this year. But guess what I did? I peeked over their shoulders and learned what they learned. So I'm self-publishing these next 2 books. But because I was published by a major publisher, I'm in the libraries. I'm in Books A Million. I'm in Barnes and Noble. I'm in all of these major outlets already know my name. So I'm taking a bet on me now and stepping out on these next 2 books on my own.
Amen.
Won't you have a dream?
Yes.
And I started my dream with, I want to publish. Wasn't just writing, but it was, honey, I look good getting the book done. Now I'm already on my way to self-publishing, and my next step is to publish others.
Amen.
So please understand that you coming here tonight, I hope if you get anything out of this, it's your dream. I don't care how old you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what your background is. God's got you. Because while you trying to figure out checkers, He playing 3-dimensional chess. Amen. All right, we're going to go on to the interview part.
Yeah. You ready for this?
Are you ready for this? Yes.
So how many people here read the book? Okay, I gotta check. Okay, I'm ready. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. And so I have some questions for you about the book itself, but also, just some things about the writing and, your perspective and everything like that. Because I know a lot of people here have purchased the book and are getting the book, but they haven't read it yet. So the first thing that I want to ask you, and I asked about this during your live, is in the very beginning of the book, you tell a story about the main character. Yes, and her name is Esther. And she wants to be Cinderella.
Woo! How many of y'all wanted to be Cinderella when y'all was little? Come on now.
Yes. So she goes to a department store and tries on, the shoe, and it fits. But then what happens? And kind of tell us a little bit why you told that story.
I told the story, frankly, it's a story about racism at a very early age. And how some things form our consciousness or our unconscious being before we even understand that it's taken form. And this actually happened to a friend of mine. And she wanted to be Cinderella so bad. And we stood out there in that cold, and we went into Hudson's, and anybody know in Detroit, Hudson's has this way back then, Hudson's store, which is no longer even a store, had this beautiful winter wonderland. And we went in, and the glass slipper was there. But how many people know it probably was only a few of us compared to hundreds of young Caucasian children waiting to try on the slipper. And she puts her foot in the slipper, and I promise y'all, it fit perfectly. Now in the book, the mother leaves right. In real life, her mama didn't leave right. Because when they said the slipper didn't fit, her mother had some choice words. But it stayed in my mind because when I left, I felt ashamed. And there were a lot of people staring at us as we left. And I felt like we had done something wrong. And in retrospect, if it hadn't been me that fit the slipper, as I thought it through in the book, it began to shape Esther's image of herself as unworthy. And it's not until later on in the book that is pulled out of her that this was the first time she felt unworthy. And the enemy comes for us when we're young. If y'all think he waited till you got all your faculties and God became an adult and was ready to fight him, no, he played dirty. He come when you're young. He comes with abuse. He comes with neglect. He comes with abandonment. He comes with all of these things that cause us as adults to stumble and to struggle. And so I wanted to point that out, but I didn't want it to be so